everyone, it's Twintuitive717. I am back with another video. I hope you guys are doing incredibly well as always. So I'm on to do a reading today and just check in with some messages that the Divine Masculine wants to let the Feminine know. I've been picking up on some sadness coming from the Masculine Collective, and I feel like the sadness is coming up because they're going through a lot of tower moments, guys, and I think that many masculines who are healing right now might find themselves in a state of mind where they're just like a little bit mad at the feminine, like, you know, oh, all of this twin flame talk and where are you when I need you now type of thing. Okay, so maybe many of you are getting synchronicities where songs are coming to you where it's like, I need you now, or like, you know, where are you, or I'm missing you, or they want to make things right. But I feel like what's shifted in the Twin Flame Collective is that many feminines are hearing the call from their Divine Masculines, but many of them are not repeating old patterns where they're like reaching out. I think a lot of you are just listening to your guidance. Many of you are in your High Priestess energy where, you know, it's like, you know what the outcome will be if you just like leave things to divine timing. Okay, so what I mean by that is many masculines want to come towards you guys. They want assistance, they want help, they want to release. A lot of them just want to talk with you because the like energy right now is that many of them are aligning to their purpose. A lot of them are feeling this love in a very euphoric way for the Divine Feminines. And I know a lot of you notice, like, when you go through with your twin flame, like whoever the like runner chaser is, and in this case, I feel like it's not necessarily the feminine that's running, but because she's in a place of acceptance, it's even harder for the masculines because it's almost like there's this invitation to be with her, to speak with her, to vibe with her, but it can't come together unless the Divine Masculine goes through a lot of his healing. And I think that that is what this big shift is all about. Many feminines are just not sticking around to like be the third party or to be like the outside secret best friend that no one knows about, or you know what I mean? Like, I think many feminines are ready to like pursue romantic relationships. I think a lot of you are coming out of hermiting, being in like the Hierophant energy for a really long time, being the Hanged Man, being the High Priestess. A lot of you are just ready to get out there and enjoy yourselves in the world a little bit. And I think that that has taken the Divine Feminine Collective a lot of work, because many of you were repeating old patterns of like, oh my God, I can only be with my twin flame, or in this lifetime, like I only want them. But it was not coming from a place of like openness. It was coming from a place of like fear, right? It's like, well, I know what I know about this person and I've attached what it is I want to attach to this person, which is this feeling of just wanting this whole twin flame thing to work out, where it ends up being like a love relationship with this person. I think many of you are waking up and starting to see that it's like, hey, it's not really up to us, really. It's up to the universe. It's partly up to us depending on what actions we take, but because our counterpart also has free will, and because the universe works in very unique ways depending on where our thoughts are most of the day, just magic aligns and anything can happen. So I think this is energy that the feminines are getting excited about, but for the masculines, it's like slippery slopes. You know, it's like they want to surrender and they want to move towards the feminine and take that risk. But for a lot of them, it's like they get there, they get really, really close to revealing, you know, their true selves, which is, hey, by the way, I would like you guys to know that this is the person that I, for some reason, feel very close to in this lifetime, and I want to spend time with, and I want to be around them. But I feel like the Divine Masculine's connection to the feminine causes a lot of chaos in the masculine's life, and this is what he is starting to contemplate. It's like, how does something that makes you so happy pose such a threat or such a problem to the people around me? And so I think many masculines are starting to see like who's really in their corner, who truly wants the best for them. They're also coming to the knowing that their Divine Feminine is what makes them feel whole, what makes them feel alive. They can be their true selves around her. You know what? The whole vibe I'm picking up on is like best friends with the Divine Masculine and the Divine Feminine. Someone on Patreon, my beautiful, lovely flower, you actually said this in your message to me on Patreon, but you said friendship set on fire. And that's what I've been getting. That's what the masculines are missing. They are missing this fiery friendship that, you know, border lines with like flirting and intimacy. And I feel like for this twin flame collective that I'm channeling for, okay, so you guys might refer to it as like whatever wave you're on. I think that you guys have fallen in love with each other over time, and that's not something that you can turn off. And I think that no matter how many cycles you go through with karmic situations or people or partners or groups of people that you interact with, I think the more that you do that, the more you're starting to see that it's about authenticity, you know. I think that many masculines are dissecting the whole theory around why their divine feminine is such a threat to everyone if she makes the masculine feel so good, or he makes the masculine feel so good. Take it how it resonates depending on core energy that's on the inside. But yeah, this is the kind of stuff that's going on in the collective, okay? I really feel like the masculines are wanting to connect with you, divine feminines. They're wanting to talk to you. But a lot of you are just, you're not accessible, you're unavailable. And I feel like this is pushing your masculine to come forward in the most authentic way possible. And for a lot of you, that's like showing up in your reality, doing things that they wouldn't normally do, which is like call you directly, message you first, tell you that they want to speak to you over the phone. If you guys have never spoken on the phone but you've only texted, they want to move it to speaking on the phone. If you guys have spoken on the phone and texted, they want to move it to meeting you in person or FaceTiming more, or just like I get like an onion and there's like layers peeling off to this connection, but the masculine's in control right now. Like he's the one sitting down with the onion just kind of peeling off those layers because he wants to be close to his feminine, okay? So I'm going to use the goddess deck here. And I'm going to just get some messages, divine feminine, about how he sees you right now. And how this is affecting his actions towards communication with you, okay? So how is he perceiving you at this time? So fairness, this situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. Okay, so I think that he definitely has a lot of respect for you, divine feminine. I think that a fair and just manner means that he knows that in order to come towards you, if he's still involved in any other romantic partnerships or relationships or like old stuff that they've got to clear up, they're knowing that they have to take care of this, because what many masculines are starting to see is that they can't continue to be in relationships with other people if they have romantic feelings for the divine feminine. It's like their heart can be in two places at once. So it might be sensing that your masculine is moving towards you, but there's nothing happening in the physical and it's very slow. Well, that's telling you that it's like, you see that dove there? These masculines are creating peace. They are creating endings in their own lives, but they're doing it from a fair and just manner. I think in the past they were being like really sneaky about it, like trying to have their cake and eat it too, maybe feeling comfortable and happy in the life that they have, but at the same time there's a few things that are off. Like for example, just that spark is not the same as it is with the divine feminine, and that's what they're wanting to explore more of. But I think that the universe is saying like, hey, listen, when you're dealing with your divine feminine, she is pushing you to have integrity with your karmic partner, because she's had to have integrity with her own karmic situations. And I feel that at this point, many karmics are losing their sort of power over the situation, because many feminines are stepping into their integrity, their grace. A lot of you are backing away like cold turkey if your counterparts are still involved in other situations. And I feel like that is because justice is taking place. Like Goddess Ma'at, fairness is about doing the right thing. It's about not wanting to keep secrets. Many feminines are drawing boundaries to the point where you guys refuse to be a secret. If you're going to interact with your masculine, you guys are ready to start doing a lot of like your mission work together, which is as simple as experiencing each other in the physical world and seeing what that does to your energy, okay? And a lot of you are really wanting to just blossom from this. But again, it's not going to come together unless it's this type of energy here. This is how your masculine sees you, feminine. He's not going to come towards you until he is fully transparent, is the word I get. Okay, and I feel that because he knows that you've grown so much, and that, like, I think many feminines in this energy have walked away from the connection without explaining to your masculines. The reason you guys didn't bother to explain is because you're very much aware, feminine. They're aware of a lot of this whole twin flame dynamic. So you're walking away, and it's almost like you expect your divine masculine to know why. And they sense that, they feel that, okay? I want to get a card from this deck here. It's not a new deck. I think I've used it like once or twice, but it's the Universe Has Your Back Oracle deck. And I just want to get some support for the masculines who are thinking about reaching out to the feminines. What does the universe want you to know? Like, you want to take action towards her and you're feeling a little bit nervous, but what does the universe want you to know right now about doing this? All right, so I am the loving energy of the universe. Okay, so that message is coming up clear for you, divine masculine, because I am the loving energy of the universe. To me, symbolizes, like, this is how you feel about the divine feminine. You know, I feel that many of you get into a loving space, or you feel blessed, or you see life in this whole different perspective. It's like the life is what it is, as far as it's programmed, you know, you have a schedule. But when you're with the divine feminine, you feel very free. Let's see what this card says. So you feel very free when you're with the feminine. It's almost like the world is your oyster. Like, you feel more creative. You feel like there's more magic in the world. And when you're not in touch with the feminine, or it's almost like she reminds you to be in touch with your feminine side. And when she does remind you to be in touch with your feminine side, masculine, you feel on top of the world. Okay, this is feeling like you're the king of the world. All of the love and inspiration that you feel from connecting to your divine feminine makes you feel energetic. It makes you feel creative. It makes you think that you could do anything you set your mind to. And I've been talking about this a lot. The more you take care of your health, divine masculines, because I feel like a lot of the masculine collective is plagued with distractions, okay, in the form of drinking, doing drugs, partying, sex addiction, gambling, things like that. Many of you who do experience those things, and then you met your feminine, engaging in those types of things, and then the aftermath of it. So let's say you go out on a night on the town and you engage in those things, even though your intuition is telling you, hey, like, it's the 6th night in a row, like, you got to take it easy, like, take a break from drinking this week, and you still go ahead and do it. I feel like the bender that you go on, it's like a lot more worse with the energy of this whole twin flame ascension mixed in. So make sure you guys are taking care of yourselves and taking care of your health, because I sense that, like, the more you do that, the more you'll be able to receive a lot of the energy out there, like the telepathy that you hear so much about in these readings, and connecting with your divine feminine, having her all of a sudden reach out to you because she knows the purity of the connection or energy being exchanged between you two is pure. But a lot of masculines are finding that, like, you guys are not feeling your feminines at all. If you quit the vices, if you start getting healthy and replacing that stuff with drinking more water, eating good food, like clearing your head, meditating, going out there, getting exercise, just doing more things like that, you will start to feel her energy again, okay? Because twin flames are just the mirror version of each other. It's like whatever you do for yourself, you do for your counterpart, or the connection. So it's like you guys kind of like turn the other way when you're off on your journey, doing your own thing, experiencing your towers. But the more you guys heal, it's like you kind of like are forced back to looking at each other, okay? It says, the moment I embrace peace within and surrender the outcome is the moment that the universe can truly get to work, okay? So divine masculines, you have got to surrender to the idea that it's like, yes, separation is occurring, you're longing for her and you're missing for her, but don't feed yourself stories like this is too hard, or the obstacles between us are too difficult. Like, I feel for many masculines that I'm channeling, fairness is coming up because you are attracted to your divine feminine no matter what your family says, no matter what your karmic partner says, no matter what the outside illusions may be. If she's in a different country, she's too young, she's too old, she has kids, like whatever the case is, it doesn't stop the fact that you think about her passionately and you love her, you want to be with her. Everything you do is about this divine feminine that you're thinking about. I get that a lot of masculines, like the first thing you do when you wake up is you think about her or you check on her in some way, shape, or form. And the last thing you think about before you close your eyes is your divine feminine. And I think that the universe is just letting you know that it's time to get into a place of acceptance when it comes to your twin flame journey. Because the more that you surrender, it's like the more you heal, the more you surrender, the more you accept the part of yourself that just is. You love her. And the more that you get in touch with that energy, the more you give that self-love to yourself. That's why they say twin flames are one, because it's like the more you surrender to what is, which is, okay, you know what? At the end of the day, the authentic truth is that I love this person. What I'm in my mind and no one can look at what I'm doing and everything's private, I can truly admit to myself that I love this person, and I always will. I have from the very first moment that I saw them. And your feminine feels the exact same way. Okay, so you guys have got to surrender to that truth, and then from to peel that layer off of acceptance, then you'll start like hearing a lot of the telepathy coming back. Many of you will be guided with the courage, you will be guided with the spiritual guidance to be brave and be decisive and speak your truth and stand up for yourselves, okay? Because in the last masculine reading I shared on the channel, I talked a lot about many masculines not feeling independent in many ways that a lot of the times the outside world doesn't understand, which is like doing simple things for us. So the more you get in touch with doing the inner work, which is starting from scratch, the basics, what you need to do to have a strong voice and be in charge and in control of your own life, the more you're going to move towards your divine feminine, the more you're going to feel this energy of just being truthful and moving with honesty. Because I think for many masculines at this point, they know that that's what their divine feminines are attracted to. I talked a lot about many feminines growing out of like, you know, feeling attracted to like the player or the bad boy, or like, oh, you just never know what's going to happen with this one. And in a way, it's kind of like sexually attractive, you know. I don't know why that is. I'm still kind of working on uncovering a lot of that. But, you know, many of us can be attracted to the damaged parts of someone. And it's really interesting how that happens. And I think that in some ways it shows, or it lights up the parts of us that are damaged, or it forces us to reflect on past memories that we've had in like other interactions with people that needs healing. And the more that you guys dig into that stuff, I think, especially the divine feminines, I think that your masculines are starting to embody what it is you guys are attracted to, which is a mature man, like someone you can rely on, someone you can build with, someone you can grow with. And this is because divine feminines, you guys have been doing a lot of that stuff on your own. You have been building with yourself. You have been seeing the world through more mature eyes yourself. You have been creating more healthy habits, letting go of things that don't align with you, that maybe used to bring you a lot of distraction. And yeah, a lot of you guys are just letting go of it, drawing boundaries for yourselves. And in turn, like the standards that you're keeping, it's, yeah, pushing your masculines to really align with that. They want to show up as the emperor. You know, I was going to say in their king energy, but I feel like because a lot of them are watching you, observing you, they want to be the emperor, because the emperor is all of the kings combined. Okay, so I'm going to get a few messages from the Tarot of Sexual Magic, just to let you know what's on their minds, divine feminine, from their heart. Okay, there we go. That was nice and easy. Or it could be that many of them are just eager to get these messages out. They're like, finally, she pulled the right deck. All right. So we have 10-10 coming up here, okay? Our 10 of Pentacles and our 10 of Cups, okay? And it all has to do with the fairness, because I feel like Tens represent maturity. It represents completing cycles, getting the big picture, finally realizing what it is you have to do or what energy you have to be in order to find fulfillment. This is what I'm talking about. Many masculines just want to be around their feminines, but in order to do this, look at how he's walking away. He knows he has some things to take care of, you know. And I feel too like the tarot cards are, especially the tarot of sexual magic, I always see a lot of fruits. And I feel like whenever the tens come up in a reading where the masculines are talking to the feminines, to me, it symbolizes that he wants to take care of you, but he knows that he only wants to make an offer that is fruitful. And he'll always be reminded of this. Every time your divine masculines try to come close, divine feminines, there's always blocks in the way, and those blocks end up lighting up his ability to provide. And I feel like this mirrors the divine feminine's ability to provide. He wants to give you everything in the world because you in turn give him everything in the world, divine feminine. And this includes this very animalistic instinct to just want to ravish you. Like, his fulfillment is just being with you intimately, sexually, smelling you, touching you. Like, I'm getting that a lot of masculines, like, a part of their whole thinking about this twin flame journey has a lot to do with fantasizing about having sex with their feminines, like 24/7. And I feel like they know that this is where you guys click. And I think that for many of you, your masculines, and you can also feel this because a lot of you guys, when you interact, there is this kind of sexual undertone to your chemistry. And it's because that's just the masculine energy. I mean, she wants to take care of him in this way as well. And he wants to provide for her in every way, shape, or form, just so that they have like this roof over their head to just engage in this energy. You know, like for me, many people kind of give me slack sometime in the comments. They're like, well, why do you always talk so much about the romance between the twin flames and whatever? It's like, what do you guys think we came to Earth for? Love is one of those things like winning the lottery, right? And when you find it with someone where it's like it meets like every single checkbox in your list of things that you've wanted to manifest in a mate, it's your twin flame. A lot of you guys can't deny that. You know, your masculine is everything that you want. 10-10, you guys are mirroring each other. You're everything the other wants. But the universe is saying, if you guys want each other so bad, it's got to come together authentically, with fairness, with transparency. All right? The 5 of Wands here indicates that many of your masculines are moving towards you. And it is causing a lot of changes right now, especially in their spirituality with that Wands energy. But they don't care. Like, even though this is Wands energy, he's got a sword in hand here that says that many of your masculines are thinking about what it is they truly desire, what it is that truly makes them feel passionate. I feel like this is a divine masculine caught up in fantasy. This is what he thinks about. That's that thinking about sex with you, divine feminine, a lot throughout his day, because it's just part of what makes you guys the perfect pair, right? I see that you two will come together, and a lot of your mission work has to do with being happy and fulfilled with each other, so that you use that as fuel to go out there and fulfill your purpose. Like, I see a divine masculine and a divine feminine coming together, and you guys might have completely different missions, but because of the love and the intimacy and the spark and the electricity between you two that you share romantically, it gives you the necessary fulfillment to go out there and kick ass when it comes to being of service to other people, defending others, being advocates for other people. You know, having like this peaceful home life is definitely on the agenda for some of you. So that way you guys can really get to work. Get to work. The universe is wanting to get to work too, but it's calling for surrender between the twin flames, okay? I love you guys. Take care. I hope this message found you well, and I'll catch you in the next one, all right? Bye, YouTube.